What did I just read? The fuck? Good chapter. It was a good chapter, but the fuck did I just read? Like, what? Okay, so before I get into the what type moments, let's go into the first half of this chapter. So, we have Kurosuchi experimenting on Hitsugaya in the middle of this chapter, and he says, nobody will interrupt me with my experiments, and all that. You see him, like, trying to put poison or something inside of Hitsugaya, and if you look closely, you'll see that Hitsugaya's, skin color is changing back to normal. And so, I'm thinking what, Kurosuchi is currently doing in this chapter is that Hitsugaya is probably going back to normal, and he technically is not going to stay as a zombie. Since technically he was turned into a zombie as he was still living, he technically can be brought back, since this is Kurosuchi with his wonderful experiments. So I like that a lot, and if this does work against Hitsugaya, that means all the other vice captains and captains that appeared in this chapter attack Kurosuchi could possibly be saved. We don't know. Overall, though, the first half of this chapter is pretty much basic. It's just about, Kurosuchi experimenting on Hitsugaya, and been seeing, their on-car fighting the captains and then vice captains, stuff like that. And besides that, we go into the second half of this chapter. That's where the real the fuck moments happen in this chapter. Like, okay, so this new Steinreiter L gets introduced. Big L, gets introduced. And it's for love. It's just like, this dude is, Kubo. Of course, Kubo has been in this phase recently, okay? Recently, if we go back about 5 to 8 chapters, he's been loving this Orihime type Oppai service. He's been loving, using Trap-kun. He loves it. You can tell he's definitely got a dirty mind going on recently, and he loves it. And so, he decides to, I guess, go further into this fan service and just, dirty-minded self. He decides to make this old man have love for power. I can't do a heart, but still, you get what I'm saying. The point of it is this big dude, this big-ass dude, has the power of love. Pepe, I think his name is, and he forcibly puts people to love him, no matter what gender. It's just fucking the freaking second half of this, I'm in tears from laughing so hard. Pretty much the second half of this chapter, I was literally having a what the fuck face on me when I read it. I'm like, how do we go from Kurosuchi and his troll face tormenting people and experiments to this yaoi themed second half? There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm like, what the fuck? Just what? Kubo! Just, what an awkward way to, get defeated. I mean, Byakuya gets defeated by this dude, this love power. I'm just gonna break a gut. I'm just gonna bust a gut and laugh my ass off because the power is ridiculous. Like, especially how he attacks his own comrades in this. I'm like, oh my god. It is so great. Personally, the chapter, for the most part, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy the chapter. It was fun. I laughed really hard. I laughed getting to see Kurosuchi with his evil troll face. So, personally, it's a very good chapter. It's rather basic and simple. In terms of overall plot, I guess nothing barely happened. Mainly character introductions. I mean, we have the return of the captains that supposedly were dead from, Grimmy. And they're back now in this chapter, but they're probably still dead. So, I highly doubt they can be saved like Hitsugaya can possibly be saved by Kurosuchi. So, we'll have to see. Personally, tell me your thoughts about this chapter of Bleach. I mean, were you as shocked as I was of seeing this chapter? I mean, just, what is with Kubo lately? I mean, what the hell is with him? Am I the only one that's noticing this? Like, Trap-kun. Like, oh, it's making me wet. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then this shit, I'm like, what is going through his mind? What? Seriously, Kubo, what the hell? What is going in that mind of yours? Oh, man. Anyways, you all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.